Hi guys, today we're going to have a look at the steering, see if there's any chance of making it hobby grade. Or at least, I don't think there'll be any problem making it hobby grade, it's whether we make it with a small servo like that Metal Gear servo, or whether we put a big one on it. I don't think there's going to be enough space to put a good sized servo on there. Doesn't look like there's enough space in the box. So we might have to use that little Metal Gear one. We'll see when we get inside. Okay, we've got a couple of springs. Right. So it's got a little bit of pivoting there, and those springs are the limited suspension. Four screw holes there. Some screws there. With luck we might be able to just undo these. I do have a playlist of disassembly videos just of the radio control car steering, because I used to get a lot of questions about the steering. So I might add this particular video to that playlist. Okay. Motor in there. Yeah, we're going to have to take it apart a bit more so we can see all the detail, aren't we? Oh, that just drops off. That makes life a bit easier. Does that lift off? Oh yes, that lifts off. Right, before we go any further, that little spring there is the one that brings the steering back to the centre. Can't bring that one back because it's just dropped off, but it'll bring that one back. Or it would if that bit hadn't just sprung off. Right, this is take 3. I'm trying to just demonstrate how the steering assembly works, or at least the centre spring works, but without the top on, everything keeps springing out of place. All I was trying to say was that spring there, its purpose in life is to bring the steering back to the middle. But if I do this, it all springs apart. Yeah. So the motor drives the steering to one side, but the spring is what brings it back to the middle. The motor doesn't drive it back to the middle, it's the spring brings it back to the middle. And then the spring, on this particular model, that little pivot point there, you can adjust its position under here. If I can put that in there. No, is that going to fit? Right, I don't know if we can see that or not. Easier if I take the spring off. Right, still try and hold it all together. Screwdriver, that'll do it. Right, So we can see we can change the pivot point of that spring by adjusting that, and that will make the steering go slightly more to one side or the other when it's supposed to be back in the middle. So that's the trim adjustment for the centre spring. Right, the rest of this comes apart quite nicely. I know this because it's fallen apart several times while I've been trying to demonstrate. So we lift that off. So now our wheels are all free. And this is the bit that does the steering. That little white peg there goes into that slot there, and that's what moves from side to side. Now the question is, if we take that out, is there enough room to put a decent sized servo in there? While we're at it, can we just get it out and have a look at it? See how it works. Okay, right, if we are going to put a servo in there, we're going to have to cut out lots of bits of plastic. But there's the motor. That motor drives that gear. That gear drives that gear, and that is a crown gear on the bottom of it. So that's what's turned that way, and then this bit looks like it's got a little clutch assembly in it, so it can have a bit of give either way. Yeah, not so much a clutch, just a bit of I think they call it a gear saver or something. So it absorbs the stress of when you go full left or full right. Anyway, now that we've taken that apart, come on. Okay. Have we got enough space in there to put a decent sized servo? Let's have a look. Right, this is what I would prefer to use as the servo. Just whether you can fit it in there and actually do the steering. And if I cut all of this out, and obviously yeah, it's all getting a bit tight because we can't go it's that way around. Can't have it sticking out the top because that will get in the way of all the bodywork. Or can we? And we can could take these bits off. At least the other one came off easily enough. And then we could drill a hole through there and put a metal tie rod in, or even just print something to go through. I'm going to have a sit and think about that, because that's taken up a lot of space. If we just used a small Metal Gear one, that's a big Metal Gear, that's a small Metal Gear. To be honest, it's probably strong enough to do the job. And it'd be less destructive to actually fit that in. That's interesting. Oh, that's going to be a stop, I expect. Stop it going too far. Is it? No, it's got to be that way around. How can that be that way around? It can't be. Yes, it is. That goes under there like that. Ah, I see. That stops it. Alright, just have a close-up of that. That little bit sticking out the side there. Just going to be all out of focus. Alright, there we are. That bit goes under there, so it can't jump out. So in an ideal world I'd use that, but I don't see us getting it in there. And if we did get it in there, I don't think we've got the clearance to get... It'd have to be sticking out top and bottom, and I don't think we'd have the clearance. Yeah. Right, I'll have a little think. I think we're going to end up using the little one. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.